Sustainable tourism has been described as one of the most important concepts of our time. The United Nations World Tourism Organization defines sustainable tourism as tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social, and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of visitors, the industry, the environment, and host communities. Sustainable tourism is used to meet the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future. It helps us to think about how our actions will affect the future. Sustainable tourism is a means of trying to understand and work towards key issues. It depends on good planning, development, and management to minimize the negative and maximize the positive effects of tourism. A great example of sustainable tourism is Six Senses Resort in Fiji. The resort runs on 100% solar power, uses rainwater or filtered water, aims to be as low waste as possible, grows a lot of its own herbs and veggies, and much of the artwork in the hotel is done by local villagers. I think this is an amazing thing they have done with this resort. First thing when planning for sustainable tourism is to identify your goals. What do you want from tourism? And on the other hand, what do you not want from tourism? All stakeholders must be involved in the planning process for you to all be on the same page. Be sure to manage all your resources to prevent competition and conflict. And remember to act with the community's best interest in mind, not your own. The development process is used to limit the extent of tourism or shape the character of tourism. For example, many islands have construction regulations where their buildings cannot be taller than that of the surrounding vegetation. That prevents development of high-rise buildings and limits the number of tourists, as well as the amount of resources and waste generated by those tourists. Spatial zoning can and should be used to determine what is permissible and where, depending on the resources in that area. Finally, it is important that after the goals are put into place and developed, you continue to manage it to prevent the negative effects of tourism. Monitor and regulate the attractions and facility, as well as watch visitor behavior. Input carrying capacities based on the physical space that you have, the needs of the environment around you, the perception of the tourists, and the social extent of the local community. This will keep the environment healthy and the local community and tourists happy. Codes of conduct can also help to raise awareness about various issues, such as preservation of natural or cultural resources, with the aim of influencing patterns of behavior. This will set some broad principles for both tourists as well as locals to follow. Researchers continue to search for planning, developing, and managing ways to maximize the benefits and minimize the costs of tourism. These strategies are vital in sustaining tourism at the destination, thereby extending its life as well as supporting sustainable development in that place. Let's work to build a better, more sustainable world. Thank you for watching.